Teaching tennis needs to change.
Are you learning to play tennis? There's one thing for certain in life. Change. Coach George, why did they wear funny clothes to play tennis? They had on long dresses and pants with long sleeve shirts and dress hats. They looked like they were going to a whiteout party or a whiteout football game. Really?
Basically, it was the dress code of the 1800s. However, the reason was when the standard was written, sweat stains were considered improper and were looked down on. Therefore, white was worn to minimize and hide being able to see the stains. Due to the fact initially tennis was played by royalty, the elite, and the affluent, tennis whites became the standard attire for properly dressed tennis players. So to maintain the status quo, you were only to wear white dress clothes. I guess, kind of like keeping up with the Joneses.
Coach George, why did they play tennis with heavy wood rackets that had such a small racket head? Not like this size.
Early rackets were made of wood because it was the best material at the time. However, now, with technological advances, the materials used now has made them lighter, with better balance, head size, and durability.
Well, Coach George, why do the players look bigger and stronger and run faster?
Well, again, with technological advances, training techniques, and eating modifications, the athletes of today have better opportunities to strengthen and develop. Also, they are full-time paid professionals, and all their time is put towards developing and perfecting their strength, speed, quickness, and skills.
In that case, Coach George, why do the really good players do swings that look different, and they run different, and they hit the ball differently? But a lot of coaches tell people learning how to play tennis to do the same old things that players that were old did, like step on the serve, just like throwing a ball. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't throw that way. I throw this way. Athletes don't throw that way either. The people who are not good at throwing throw the ball that way. Or, here's another one. Why do they say hit the ball in front of you on volleys, but then they tell you to turn sideways and punch? Punch? I don't know about you again, but I am sure I do not punch like that. I punch like that. Do you? If I did, I would really get picked on in school or talked about in school. Oh, and if I were a boxer, I would get knocked out. No, maybe they need to update their teaching to keep up with the growth and awareness of athletes. Well, to anyone who plays tennis, just ask yourself, for example, term, watch the ball. What does that really mean? Here's a question for you. A professional is playing tennis in the US Open on center court. Any tournament for that matter. Isn't every person in the stadium watching the ball? If
If so, how can the spectators be doing the same thing the players are doing? Pondering question this is. Obviously, players must be doing something different. We learned about passive and active actions. Please, everyone, ball. Can any of you make the ball move by just watching? If you do, then turn off the video. You don't need any lessons or a racket for that matter. Well, my young tennis players and old alike, watching the ball is a passive action. You must use your eyes more specifically in athletics. First, you must find the ball. This is a scanning use of the eyes. Then, you must track the ball physically and visually. This tracking, at least the visual part, is what most people do the entire time when told to watch the ball. However, to do this, the eye must be in front of the moving object, just to keep up with it. Understanding this is critical. I will completely elaborate in an upcoming video, so please make sure to subscribe so you can be notified of the most recently released shared learning opportunities. After the eye has tracked the ball into the hitting area, the eye then focuses to hit the ball. This is the proper way an athlete must use their eyes. Using your eyes correctly is totally different than just watching the ball. The athlete has learned to interpret the term watch the ball to really mean hit the ball. The intellectual, however, actually listens, follows instruction to the letter. Watch the ball. Working so hard, they actually overuse their eyes. The mind or nervous system is creating a specific goal. Consciousness creates the reality. Form follows function. Function does not follow form. The order of creation, it all starts from thought or the goal, then the body can follow. So, learn to use your eyes correctly and don't get caught just watching the ball. In addition, every time there is a change of thought, the optic nerve causes the eye to move. This happens because there is a direct connection between the eye and the brain that causes optical movement when you're changing thoughts. Neurologically, we have no control of this eye movement. Have you ever seen someone dreaming and their eyelids were rapidly flickering? That is because the brain can change thoughts at a super high rate of speed, and the eyes are flickering because the change of thoughts. The actual action is hitting, not hitting it over, which is actually two thoughts. A single action or thought can help stabilize the eyes. Thoughts. This we have control of. This is truly an eye-opener, excuse the pun. If really understood, this alone is an opening path to much more aware level of playing the game of tennis. This is definitely a different way to think about learning tennis. Everything in the game of tennis has changed. The speed of the game, the location and size of the 4 major Grand Slam events, the opportunity for interracial and world levels of competition. Just like everything else, teaching tennis has got to change as well. Just like old tennis was played in long white pants and dresses. Tennis equipment was played with white tennis balls, not optic yellow tennis balls. Rackets were made of wood, not composite materials. Tennis shoes were not made the same way either. The support and design of the heel and the toe of the shoe were very different. And the speed and power of the game greatly evolved. Therefore, teaching tennis had to evolve as well. Many coaches are trying to teach old styles to get new results. It just doesn't work that way. The information I am sharing allows the true and maximum athleticism to be nurtured to their optimum heights, letting you grow level by level at a faster speed, just like you would grow in school. In a learning system, you would not teach a 6th grader first grade lessons, and you would not teach PhD information to a middle schooler. Before the game of tennis became the game of power, finesse, and world elegance, played with rackets and balls, as we know them today, tennis was a totally different game, played only using hands and a crude type ball. This was prior to the 1500s. After that, rackets evolved to be made of wood frames and strung with gut. White balls were made of cork and leather up until the 1800s. Through the years, the court, rackets, and balls have evolved as well, as the surfaces of which the game is played, and the color of everything used, and opportunities for other people, races, and nationalities to play tennis. So, again, I say, just like everything else, teaching tennis has got to change as well. The information I am sharing with you can allow you to develop your true and maximum athleticism, allowing you to flourish and bring you to higher and higher levels of play, fun, and exercise. Again, you wouldn't teach a 6th grader first grade lesson plans, and you would not teach PhD information to a middle schooler. Please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss one bit of upcoming information that can help you enjoy and understand how to play better tennis. Get information to help you with stroke development, singles and doubles tactics, and a better mental approach to the game of tennis. It is my purpose to share my knowledge and growth compiled over last 50 years of my tennis life. I look forward to seeing and sharing with you soon. Take care and be safe. If all of this makes sense to you, hit the subscribe button and subscribe to Coach George's upcoming videos so he can help you with all his new upcoming videos that are going to help you learn how to play tennis even better. I did.